Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for joining us on TCM, where this month we're paying tribute to the godfather of the B movie, Roger Corman. Corman was many things: a screenwriter, occasionally an actor, a director of roughly 50 films, but mostly a singular producer of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of low budget films, many of them falling into the big bucket of movies known as exploitation films. Roger Corman didn't run from either of those labels. He made low budget exploitation films. He was proud of it. He loved doing it. Roger Corman realized early in his career that the key to success was to make movies as cheaply and efficiently as possible. He'd have multiple films in various stages of development at the same time, sharing camera equipment, sets, often personnel. He'd recycle footage from one film to flesh out another. He'd have known actors under contract for a certain number of days and then use those days to put them in as many films as possible. He also relied on young, hungry, and talented aspiring filmmakers to direct his movies, people who went on to have successful, sometimes legendary careers, like the man behind the camera on our first film tonight, Martin Scorsese. From American International Pictures in 1972, Boxcar Bertha. At this point in his development, Scorsese had directed a feature film, a couple of documentaries, a handful of shorts, and he'd done some editing work on the 1970 concert doc Woodstock. It was an editing job that had Scorsese, a New Yorker, if you didn't know, working out in Los Angeles, which is how Martin Scorsese met Roger Corman. Impressed with Scorsese and with his work, Corman wanted Scorsese to make a sequel to a recent hit Corman produced called Bloody Mama. Then the script for Boxcar Bertha landed on Corman's desk. It's the story of a real-life Depression-era woman from Arkansas who reportedly hopped freight trains, robbed banks, dabbled in some prostitution, and consorted with union organizers, which to many in America during the Depression was the biggest sin of all. Boxcar Bertha lent itself to the Roger Corman formula, meaning sex or violence comes along about every 15 minutes. As long as a director followed that principle and delivered the film on time and on budget, Roger Corman could work with them. Scorsese agreed to those terms, then headed to Arkansas to shoot on location with a seasoned crew from AIP, professionals who gave Scorsese a master class in how to shoot quickly, efficiently, and with enough coverage to properly edit the film later. The crew's years of experience gave Martin Scorsese the freedom to raise the bar a little with the look of the film, making this far from a typical AIP exploitation film. It is, after all, a Martin Scorsese picture. From 1972, starring Barbara Hershey and David Carradine, who were a couple at the time, along with David's dad, John Carradine, and Bernie Casey, Boxcar Bertha. When producer Roger Corman hired Martin Scorsese to direct Boxcar Bertha, Scorsese was still unproven as a director, so Corman asked Scorsese to explain his plan for making the film. Scorsese handed Corman his copy of the script, which included dozens of hand-drawn pictures of the shots Scorsese wanted for each scene. Corman then looked at the first 10 pages or so, handed the script back to Scorsese, and said, "You'll be fine. You have 25 days to shoot the film. If you're this prepared, you'll get what you need." Of course, it helped that Scorsese had a great cast. Barbara Hershey had been working for just a few years. Her career began with a small recurring role in the TV series Gidget in 1965. The roles got bigger and better every year with great work in films like The Stuntman, Beaches, Hannah and Her Sisters, and The Portrait of a Lady, all still to come for her. She's been a working actress for more than 60 years now, which we'll be celebrating at the TCM Classic Film Festival next weekend in Hollywood with Barbara Hershey as one of our honorees. Coming up, more of our salute to B-movie genius Roger Corman. This time, he's working with punk rock legends the Ramones in Rock and Roll High School. That is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Rock and Roll High School. then the shooting, and later, Roger Corman, the Pope of pop cinema. Roger Corman is simply divine tonight.